My name is Brad Strong. My business is Strong Family Dentistry, and I am a dentist. I've been a practicing dentist for 4 years now. Initially, I worked for 6 months for another dentist as an associate, and that arrangement didn't work out. So after being a dentist for 6 months, I started my own practice from scratch. Starting your own practice is a challenge, which is a good thing and a bad thing. The nice thing is you can direct the practice the way you want it to run. You can enact certain aspects of the practice, certain procedures, systems that you want to run in your own way, which is wonderful because then you feel like you're really in control of what's going on and you control your own destiny. When you graduate from dental school with such a large amount of debt, it's a little intimidating to borrow money. And then when you try to borrow money, it's even more intimidating because the institution that wants to loan you the money doesn't want to loan you the money because they're worried about all that debt you've already accrued going through school to receive your education. And that makes it more difficult. I would say a moderate or small-sized startup would cost around $350,000. It's my understanding that only very few banks will loan money to dental students right out of school like that. It's very difficult. And when they do, I know the interest rates are a little higher and a little more difficult to work with. And to get all the information together that they need, most of it you don't have because you're a new dentist. So it makes it very difficult. I don't know very many different institutions that are out there. I really don't. I know of a couple, but I know that it's very difficult to get access to the money that you need to start your career and your practice. When I finally decided it wasn't going to work out as an associate with the dentist I was working with, I had to put together some type of a business plan, and I had very bad business plan experience in dental school. They don't talk a lot about business, and so I had to try to put together some sort of a business plan, and that helped. And I had an accountant that I talked to that helped me put together somewhat of a better business plan. And then I had to show that I could work, that I could produce dentistry. And so luckily I had worked for that 6 months, and that was all that I had to put together. So then I had to figure out how much all the equipment was going to cost. And that's the majority of the cost, is the equipment. That was probably cost me around $260,000. And then I needed money for odds and ends and things, and so that was the extra $60,000 or $70,000 that I had to borrow for working capital and just licensure and build-outs and things like that, leasehold improvements. I did find an office that had already previously been a dentist office, so I was lucky in that aspect. It could cost you a lot more money if you had to build out a building or build a building or even just upgrade a building so that it was dentally appropriate. So it could have cost me a lot more than just $330,000 to get going. So that's kind of how it broke down, is I had to figure out what equipment I wanted. I got a list from the dental supply company and showed that to the bank that I used, and they helped me to get that money and set up kind of a line of credit, and I would submit my receipts or anything that I bought, or the dental company would submit directly to the bank anything that I purchased, and then it was just as soon as it was added up, and then as soon as I was working, then I had to start paying it back. I would say you can do it. It's not easy, it's hard work, but if that's what you want, you can do it. And don't sell yourself short, but at the same time, you better be ready to get down and work hard to figure out those things. And then research it out. Don't just fly by the seat of your pants. There are people out there that can help you. There are business people. There are people that understand how accounting works. There are people that understand how banking works. There are all kinds of people out there to help you, and you might need a consultant. You might need a dental consultant to help you, but it can be done. And you know what? When you're your own boss, there are it's hard because you got to work hard, but you're controlling your own destiny, and that's ultimately what I got into it for, because I wanted to be my own boss and I wanted to do things the way I like to do them, and I think